Hello once again. Hope you all are doing fine this weekend. Hope you guys are home or at the party but with the family. And I want to welcome you all to another segment of Building Hope. This is your host, Humu Karoma. And today with me, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to have a conversation with a lady called Musu. So I want you guys all to welcome Musu. Hello.
Hello,
How are
Omu. How are
you?
you? I'm okay.
Oh, can you
I'm not
introduce
drinking
yourself
coffee
a
yet.
little bit for my
I'm not
viewers?
drinking any coffee. I
Can
don't
you
have no coffee cup.
introduce yourself for me to the viewers so they
All
can know
right,
who you are?
my name is Mosu Kamara, and I'm the queen of culture. Yes,
Oh yay.
I'm. My name is Mosu Kamara, and I live in Philly,
Okay.
and I am into more into my culture, my African culture. I dance, I sing, and
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
and yeah.
I'll be waiting for you to teach me some dance. You're gonna come in the
Oh,
studio
you need
and
to
we're
come
gonna
on
do
board.
some
Dancing.
dances.
See, you need to dance. Dance to your health.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Mhm.
Viewers, you got to watch out for that. We're going to be coming out with our own SierraCast live and we're going to be dancing some African dance. She's going to teach me because I know all the other new dances that they do in the but I need
Oh
to
no,
learn the African dance where they shake do all these things and they be shaking. So, I'm going to be learning it. That will help me too.
you
Trying to
should.
lose
You
some weight
should.
over here so some dance will
You
not
should.
cause no harm. Well,
Oh, okay.
my viewers today, we'll be talking about a nice topic. Let me put it at that. It's going to be a topic that you all are going to enjoy. Polygamists,
Ah,
side chicks.
uh-oh.
Um, so I'm just going to throw it out there. Musu, let's go.
Mm, I'm ready.
Well, let's go, viewers. You guys can ask questions, and we try to answer you whilst the show is going on. But I want you guys to come on and just discuss with us because this topic is very juicy.
It
So
is.
Musu, what's your idea about all this? Because I see you did it on your live, so I want to hear you, and then we can discuss about it, going in and out with it.
Hmm. Well, I am seeing nowadays. I'm seeing a lot of fighting going on social media amongst women, the side chicks out there, the wife at home. And yesterday, I just sat down and say, probably there is something us women always try to ignore, especially we know that women are much more than men. And as a comedian, I sat there yesterday, I say, I think we should be accommodating each other like
The
as
side
our
chicks.
grandparents. we should be we should be we should be accommodating each other as our grandparents used to do. And I think our grandparents were really smart in those days.
Yeah.
Instead of you are out there outside enjoying all the little money crossing to you, how about you come and live with me at home so we can take care of this man? Because literally that's what they used to do, taking care of this man. They cook by turn, they have their bedroom times, 3 nights here, 3 nights there, you know. So so I'm just thinking, yeah, that's how they used to do. So I just thought about it yesterday. I said, how about probably we should start accommodating each other instead of you are in the darkness there. I don't know what is going on. I don't even know how many nights he's going to you. And are you cheating me? Are you how many days am I having? How about we come and live under the same roof and then we can just share the nights and take care of this man that we want to all want to have a piece of every night.
Yeah.
So I threw the question, I say, what do they think? Is it okay to live with your mate under the same roof or dealing with her outside with all the drama? So,
Man,
mhm.
that's a
So what do
question.
you what do you choose, Omo?
Oh,
I
ho,
mean,
ho.
what do you choose?
Woo, that's the question. It's My viewers,
Uh-oh.
listen. I think we all know how men are, and they say you can teach old dog new tricks. They
Oh
grew
Lord.
up, most of them grew up having or seeing in their parents' house that they have mates and all the stuff, and they grew
Mm,
up like that. They were brought up like that. So it's for them is an instant thing to have a wife and still be looking elsewhere and doing else what. Sometimes it's
mm,
good if they are together in one house if the
mm,
women agree, but there's a
mm,
lot of forcing and fighting with between women tend to degrade the other women because they're doing this, they're doing that. But sometimes I always say, if your man is out there cheating or doing whatever, don't call the woman that he's cheating with, because he might know a different story from your relationship. That man
mm.
might be telling him all sort of things that has nothing to do with you, and then you will call her and want to fight and force and this and that. So I think that's why we kind of selfish these days. We don't want to share our man. We want to have the man all by ourselves. So it's kind of a problem. But I think the men were brought up that way, so it's inevitable that they will sleep and do things and
Well, it's I know it's a very tough situation, especially nobody wants to share their
no.
man. You know, nobody wants to share their love. But we have to sit back again and think about the olden days. Back then, in our parents, our grandparents, their generation. Um, I want to say I love what they were doing before. I think our grandparents were not that selfish as we are nowadays, because as women, we all know that when we are getting older, you know, things change in our lives. You know, things get slower, and our grandparents were very, I would say, we are unselfish to their men, especially if they think in those days they think that they are not satisfying their men in bed. They are getting older. You know, they can't do most of the things that they want them to do. How many, the speed and the time rate, they know. No, I mean, if they know they were not very um, accommodating, I'll say, this is what they used to do. Instead of, especially in those days, they didn't want to leave their children. They didn't believe in divorce. Let me just put it this way.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
people did not believe in divorce in those days. They just they just believe that whatever the situation might be, I have to stay with my husband. I have to stay with my children at home. So I think the best way they used to do was, if they think they are not satisfying their husband in bed, they will voluntarily. I remember when I was growing up, some women, especially in the villages, some women would really go and choose a wife from another
For them.
family. They will go and choose a wife to bring home to their husbands. They used to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And I guess they were doing it, probably they were not doing it wholeheartedly with all that happiness, but just because they wanted to keep the family together, they wanted to satisfy their husband, things that they cannot offer them, they want to make sure they
Somebody else
have
can.
it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's hard these days, especially when
Oh
the
yeah.
men are feel the women are more than the men, and we are just out there fighting for them. I only wish they can make a kind of science. Scientists can create more males than
I
men. I
know.
think
I know.
I'm telling you,
The
women,
women are so much. There's so many women, and there's not enough men to go with it. And
right.
the worst of it all is now that men are also stepping out and becoming gay as well. So
Oh
that
God,
also just
oh God, I didn't
limits
want to go.
it limits the
Oh
man.
God.
Yeah, there's because they're men, but they when you look at them, they're gay. So they don't deal with us women, they deal with another man. So that reason
Oh
two men are
God.
already been taken out of the
Mm,
women. So now we
mm,
already lost men. Now we even
mm.
going down more because men are turning to gays. And then when they are
Oh
that
God.
one, they don't. It's two of them. So it's like you lose another two, and then the
Right.
woman keeps going up and up, and it's really hard. It's really, really hard. I don't know how married women deal with it these days. But I don't know how to deal with it. When I was married, I didn't really force about it. I always say, as long as my husband respected me and didn't bring it to the house and keep it away from me, that's okay. The only time that I will get mad is if he's not taking care of us, but he's taking care of outside. Then I have a problem. But if you're keeping, I always tell my friend, if you're married, let me tell you, I'm single now, or I'm in a relationship where I feel like I'm comfortable in. The grass is not greener over here. The same brown grass that you have over there in your marriage, that's the same grass we have here being single. So there's not much, a lot of men out here that we want to date or that will see as a married partner or stuff like that. It's either they're too young or they don't have no kind of, they don't want no responsibility. They just want to play the field and have so many. And so when you're married, sometimes I always advise the woman, if your man is taking care of you in your house, and he's not bringing that to you, the disrespect to your house, I think you need to not be poking around. I'm not trying to give the guy, okay, go ahead and cheat. But we know most of them will do it anyways. Whether you tell them or whether you don't tell them, whether you know or you don't know, they're going to do what they do outside. Because I just think from the Africa, as you say, from back in the day, men these children grow up with meeting their mom has a mate, the other mom has a mate. So they're growing up with that, like they see that my dad is like a proud man, a big person or whatever, a tip on their shoulder that they're going in a household where the man has so many wives around. And then when they get to the age when they want to have wives, the wife don't want no mates. It's like, no, it's only me. You can only marry once. And then you move to this part of the world where two marriages are not right. They're it's criminal activity. Then it become even more of a problem, because now you can be in America and be marrying, or overseas and be marrying two wives here, stuff like that, because that doesn't work for the government. So it even makes it even hard on them sometimes. And I'm not encouraging no man to cheat. I'm rather say, don't cheat, but we know you can say it as much as you want. They're still gonna do them. Then they will tell you, oh, I won't cheat, I'm good man. But guess what? They're gonna do it. Because I had one that told me the same damn story. Oh, I'm not gonna cheat, I'm gonna do this, and boom. So I don't know. I really don't understand. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to say about that topic. What can you say? I don't know.
Well, all I'll say, probably we should go back to the olden days. Let her come home. Let me tell you, I think if we go back to that old age, allow her to come home. Let her come and live there. I bet she will leave in the next minute. Because, just as you said, it's not as green. The grass is not green as you see so far. Trust me, if we are allowing this woman to come home, let her come and stay with the man, the children at home.
And see how it is. Yeah.
And see how it is. Trust me. Once they leave, they'll not come back again.
She ain't stayed. I'm sure, because there's a show on TLC called Sister Wives. It's a white guy
I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
And he has 4 wives, and they all have separate homes. They all live in separate home in the same community, but separate homes. And for some reason now the guy wants to put them in one home together. And now they're having problems with that. The wife were okay when they were living in separate houses, separate household, and this one has their children here, the one with the children, the one with their children. But now the guy was telling them to let them change it and let everybody be in one household. And the women were actually starting to fight. Now they start to beacon and say, I don't want to live with her in the same place, or I don't feel that's a good thing. So sometimes you can marry the wife and everybody be staying, because when you don't see what the wife is going through in the home, because you're on the side, the man is coming to you, telling you all the sweet things and all the stuff. But when you move in the home and you see all she has to deal with, then you will know that, okay, this guy is a piece of work. And you'll
Uh-huh.
be out the door. And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women also tend to date married men because they think they're responsible. Because when you see a man that is married, a lot of women think, oh my God, he's responsible. And they see the woman
Mm-hmm.
dress nice and the woman say, oh, my husband get this for me. But they don't know that the woman is just pumping the man value up. He ain't doing that
Mm-hmm.
nothing. He is not even doing nothing. But the women will like to do that to their friends. They will go out and say, oh, my husband just bought me this watch. Oh, my husband just bought me this dress. And the woman next
Yeah.
will be like, that's a good guy. Oh, that's a good
Right.
guy. And then you find
Mm-hmm.
out, boom, they're not a good guy. The woman was just saying it just to plead, to make herself think that, or make people think that her husband is doing whatever. So those things also, I think, is a is an issue. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I told you, let them come home. That's all I'll say. Let's go back to the good days.
Sorry.
Let them come and live together. I'm telling you, it'll work. But I actually, out of all jokes, it's really it's a difficult situation. It is difficult because the ratio, the ratio is the problem. The ratio is the problem. Even though sometimes some men don't want to go out, but some of us, some of the women,
Yeah.
our attitude sometimes drives good men away from us, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. If
That's
only
true.
God, when I'm
That's
praying every day, God, if there's a good man out there that has a wife that is horrible, remove him from that area and bring him. Some of us, our attitude sometimes drive the men away. Our
yeah.
attitude.
That's so
And
true.
men find comfort. It's just let's just forget about men. Everybody wants peace.
Yes.
Everybody wants peace,
Mm-hmm.
especially in at home. So if you have a good husband and you are this nagging woman,
Mm-hmm.
always complaining and accusing him of, sometimes I think in every relationship there's always something particular somebody is looking for outside. I think if you pay attention to your man,
Mm-hmm.
and they try to find out what is lacking in me, what is it I'm lacking that he is finding, he's seeking out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we pay attention to them sometimes, it will help.
It will save us. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So, mm, oh well.
It's difficult because
Mm,
when I had my issue, I the first thing I asked my husband was, why did you cheat? What am I not doing for you that makes you want to cheat? You understand? And sometimes when you're
mm,
doing everything and they still do it, then you know that's who they are. They cannot change for nobody. And then other
mm,
times you ask them why. That's why I said we as women we need to know how to be patient. Control your mouth. Nagging all
right.
the time is not good. You want to keep your home peaceful. Keep your children peaceful,
Mm,
quiet.
mm-hmm,
The man needs some. Maybe some women don't go to work. You stay at home, and even if you go to work and you come home and all this stuff, your man need that peace when he get back from work. It cannot be. You cannot be there trying to rest from work and the kids are screaming left and right. He will feel like you don't control the kids. So what are they doing when you're not there? And if you're also for every little thing you have to nag about it, I don't
mm,
like people nagging me, so I understand how they will feel if they get nagged all the time. And it's really
mm,
sad. And some women also try to play the man role instead of just letting the men be men. They want to be the
mm,
man of a relationship, especially when you're married. You got to be submiss. You got to be submissive. Your husband loves you. You got to be submissive. That's what you swore to do in front of God. You swore to be submissive and pay
mm,
attention and listen and come together. But if you're not being submissive or you want to be the man is going to find a woman that is going to treat him like a man, and that's where he will want to go. And men want
mm,
to have peace. If he's coming home all the time there is noise, he's going to stop coming home early. He's going to go somewhere else and go rest and then come back home later. So it's
mm-hmm. Well, let me just throw a little bit of what we were talking about. Um, I know sometimes, especially when we find ourselves outside Africa, I always, and I have to say it again, most of our African men, excuse me, Hamjad, excuse me, but but we have to be honest. most of our African men, when we get to this side,
Mm-hmm.
some men are trading their places in the house, meaning, meaning, um, us women, I said it the last time, don't exhaust your wife at home.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaustion, in a sense, is if the woman, even though we have this, what can I say? Is, is it, oh God, I don't know how to put the but in America, they say, you they work, I they work. You are working, I'm
I'm
working.
working.
You are earning paycheck, I'm earning paycheck. Now, for instance, Valentine is coming, my people.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting to see my
Valentine's
my
Day is
my
coming.
secret lovers that will send me
Mhm.
flowers.
And right, I mean, some men forget their position.
Oh yeah.
A woman is at home, especially here. She goes to work 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Probably you are working 8 hours, or the woman is working 8 hours and she's coming home with, to meet another full-time job. That's the children.
Children. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
She's going to work. You bring your money. She brings her money, even if you're not putting it together, but all of you are contributing to the house. And then when the woman will ask you, can you give me something to do my hair? Oh, you know they work? Ain't you working? If you allow a woman to take up her own responsibilities, and when I mean responsibilities, taking care of what she wears, especially
Mm-hmm.
shoes, clothes, hair, nails, if you're not contributing anything, and when it comes to the children, she's the one that is
Taking
going
care.
out on medical
Mm-hmm.
appointments.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that is waking up in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. When they're sick, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that is going out and work in the morning, take the kids to the babysitter, go to work, from work, go to the babysitter, pick the babysitter up, bring them home, take care of the children, cook, clean. And you, because our African men say they don't belong in the kitchen,
Yeah.
they don't cook. A woman's place is in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
If
That's
this
what the
woman
other guy
is
told me.
so, if this woman is so exhausted and she goes in that bedroom, because this is the issue most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
When I touch her, she says she's tired. When I touch her, she don't want to. Do you know why she's tired?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why she's tired? It's because she's exhausted. And when a woman is exhausted, she become angry. And when a woman is angry, she
No,
is
she doesn't want nothing from you,
disrespectful.
honey.
She disrespects you because she's exhausted and angry. I'm always hearing this. They say when the women come here, they become disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what they said. Mm-hmm. I had somebody that came here and said that.
Thank you. But why is it that when we used to be in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
if we used to be in Africa, I know it wasn't 50% of women working,
No.
but even if a woman is not working, the house jobs in the house that the woman does is more than the full-time job that you have out there.
Oh yes. Oh
But
yes.
yet, in those days, I will see our men will buy clothes for their wives.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They do that.
It might not be expensive stuff, but they were doing it.
They were
But why
doing
is it that
something. Yeah.
when they come here,
They
because they
stop.
are working, if they ask you for clothes, you
Mm-hmm.
say you they work.
But when I'm cooking, you didn't ask. I didn't ask you to cook. When I was taking care of the
Mm,
kids, I didn't ask you to do it. But all of a sudden, when I need something, now all of a sudden you want, because I'm working and you're
I'm working.
working. But I was still doing my
Mm,
part of the job, which is to be submissive. But you're not doing your part
mm-hmm.
of the job, which is to love me and care for me. You ain't doing that. That's what I
Hallelujah.
was trying to tell this guy the other day. People keep saying,
Praise the
oh,
Lord.
women need to be submissive. Your place is in the kitchen. But where is the
Mhm,
man's place? What is the man doing for the wife to make sure?
mm.
You paying bills has nothing to do with being the man. That's your job.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you love and care for your wife, that's what is going to make your wife so submissive. She will never say a word, because women, I always say women, we're not that hard to please. If you
Mm-hmm.
give us and care for us, believe me, if my man come today and ask, oh, let me give you money to go do your hair, guess what? When I'm not even going to wait for him to come at night, because I'm going to
Yes.
be ready for him. When he touch me, I'm
Thank
not going to
you.
be cringing. I'm going to be ready to do whatever, because he took care
Mm-hmm.
of me. But
Oh
the men
Lord.
now, they don't do nothing, but they want you to look
Mm-hmm.
good. When the party time come, they want you to look good. But when you tell them, oh, I have to go get this, they'll be like, oh, how much is that cost? That's too much. That's this. But then when you dress, you want to walk out with that woman, hook him. And if any man is looking at that man, now you want to have a problem with it. But you
Hey.
didn't do anything to make the woman look the way she.
Oh
It
Lord. God is,
the double
I know
standards.
he's there. I know he's just, I'm just, are you there? I hope you are not crying. Oh.
The double standards, the double standard, it's the problem. The double standards, everybody come here, they
Yeah.
automatically say the women now are being disrespectful, but they forget to
Mm.
say what are the men doing that is making the women disrespectful. Nobody's
Hallelujah.
answering the question. Nobody want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep, that's true. I
And
had
that's
it.
why
I
some
had
women
it.
get mad, because they might not be
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing in the house, but then they're with the side chicks and doing everything. They will
Mm.
buy the side chick stuff. They will buy the side chicks is collecting, but the wife is
Woo.
not collecting. Maybe that's why the side chicks don't want to become a wife. It's like, I'm collecting. I don't
Mm.
want drama. He comes and he goes bye bye. I don't have to deal with all his nonsense. Let the wife do
Mm.
that. I'm just doing my own thing, collecting and moving on.
Mm.
Something
Mm. Mm. That's a shame.
easy.
That's a shame.
I had a
Mm.
shame. Somebody asked a question. He said, why would polygamists be good? What would that change?
Um, well, first of all, I know there are a lot of women more than men. That's one. And because of that, um, women always feel the need because they think there are fewer men, especially the side chicks. They just feel like, oh, if the woman is not doing their job well in the house, the man will not come to me. But I'll go back to the question when you said what will change. Maybe what will change is the man will spend more time at home with the rest of the family instead of splitting his time to run the street to go spend time with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I think if everybody is home, it's a happy day. It's family time,
Yeah.
right? And if you have both of them in the house, whatever you have, whatever income you are spending it in the
In the
house
house.
instead of splitting it into two to go give the side chick, and then you come back home and you give me a little bit. So I think it will boost up the economy in the house. The family members, the family will be happy. Nobody lose.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna lose on time because the worst you can a woman can go through is when the man is not spending time with them in the house. That
Mm-hmm.
time,
It's very
that
valid.
time is the problem. Even those, especially most of our men, I gave you everything. I gave you car. The house is good. Everything is home. Why are you nagging? This is not what women are looking for. It's your time,
Yep.
your
Men tend to
attention.
forget that.
It's your attention. It's not the car I'm going to speak with or spend time with. It's not the chair, the luxurious chairs at home is not what the woman wants.
Mm-mm.
It's your time and your attention. So if the other chick is in the house, hello, you sit here, I sit there, we are discussing. How are you?
Mm.
And if you feel like hugging, you hug this, and you go over there, you hug me, and it will be a happy time.
I'm trying to I'm trying to picture that in my head. Me sitting there in my My mate sitting there and the husband walks in the house and give one person a I'm just trying to have it in my
I'm telling you, nobody lose.
Oh my god, that would be good. Somebody
Nobody
was
lose.
asking a question. He said everything you said is validated, but why don't we celebrate the marriages that are good? We so I don't
The-
you
Can
answer
you say
that.
that again? Can you say that? It said, why don't we what?
He said why don't we celebrate the marriages that are good instead of just talking about the negative parts?
Well, it's true. We need to celebrate the good marriages, even though sometimes I'm seeing. Let me see. In my community, I know there are probably 70% of the marriages I see nowadays is all pretending out in public.
Yes. I wanted to ask you the question, what is a good
Oh,
marriage? I have no idea. What is a good
oh,
marriage?
huh.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
think
people
the
say the
good.
word a lot, and I don't know what is a
Hmm,
good marriage.
hmm. I'm trying to figure out which one is the good one. Is, is it the one that there's no money, there's no children, yet they are still happy with each other?
I don't know.
Maybe what to me, I think that's what I was in this time of our generation. That is the best marriage. A good marriage where the man is doesn't care whether you have children.
Hmm.
The man doesn't care whether you don't have expensive weaves on, you don't put makeup on. The
Hmm.
man doesn't care because there are so many things going on,
Yeah.
especially in our most of our Africans' home. You don't have a child, they will start complaining. I love you, but I want a child.
Hmm.
When are you gonna give me a baby? Oh, this is why they go and have a baby, or they're cheating outside. Oh, because I wanted a baby. How about a perfect home? Is the one with no whether the wife can conceive or not. He's still nothing changed.
Whew. I let me tell
That's
you
the good
something,
house.
my viewers. I don't know what is a good marriage.
I don't know
Okay,
either.
because every marriage has its struggles. Even the
It
ones that have
does.
been together for 60, 70 years, they still had their own struggles. So I won't be able
Mhm.
to tell what a good marriage is or what I we know what bad marriages are because it's things that has happened more. And for some reason in America, what I noticed when I came here, I'm from Germany. Relationship
Mm.
in Germany is different. The men really do take care of their wives. The men really do pamper
Really?
their wives. That's what I
Don't
was
let me go
used to.
there.
Huh?
I said,
I
don't
know.
let
I
me go
think I have
there.
to go back.
Why did you
I
leave?
think I have to.
You should.
I have to go
You
back
should.
because that's how I used to be the one that they take care of all the time, and that's how I thought it was. And then when I came here and I started relationships and I started looking at other people relationship, people are in relationship not because of love anymore.
Mhm.
Mine that I wanted to love the man. I want to be in love with them and be able to. But now people married for convenience. Maybe men will say, "Oh, that woman is a nurse or is working, making money. Let me date that
Mhm.
woman. Let me marry to her because it's gonna be easier for me." So everybody is
Uh-huh.
marrying somebody for some kind of reason other than the most important reason, which is love,
Oh boy.
happiness, laughter.
Oh boy.
Everybody
You
is
hit the
marrying
nail.
for different reasons, and I don't understand. How do you stay in the house if you guys? I don't know. I can marry a guy that I don't love because I'm not gonna feel
You know,
comfortable and I'm gonna be
you
mouthy
got
with them when I'm not in love. I'm always tend to
Omo,
be a little bit more mouthy with men that I don't really
oh,
care about.
oh, Omo, you just hit the nail right there. You just hit the nail because that is the trend going on now. I'm single and I'm still saying the day a man will come to me and say, You know what? Musu, I love you. I like you because you have short hair, you are short, you are not that beautiful, you know. Um, and don't ask me, are you working?
Eh,
That, that day, that day, I will know straight for this man. He truly loves me. Did not ask me, are you working or what kind of job do you do? Hmm. Yes, Omo.
it's really the day and age that we live in now is
Mm.
the men wanting, some of the men wanting too much and not giving enough,
All right. Yes.
because they want all those things that they ask for is for us to
Mm.
be submissive, cook, clean, take care of the children, or give birth to children. But what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing is not enough to match up what we are putting on the table. So I always say I don't want a man to come to me and want me because of what I'm doing, but he wants me because of who I am. You got to know
I
my
agree.
bad side. You got to know my good side. I always say, I tell them exactly who I am. I can be hot tempered. I can be aggressive. I can yell. Are you able to handle that?
Hmm.
And I want to know what you're coming in for, because you're not coming in here for to come take the half money I'm putting aside to rip me off. It ain't working. And I've seen a lot of men try to rip off women. I'm
Omo,
serious. Yes, we
Omo, you better
women,
go.
men, it's your job to take care of us. So don't complain if a woman wants to weave or nail down or this, that, and all this stuff. That's your stuff. But it's not. I never knew it was a part where you have to give the men. I never got that. Every time I hear people say, "Oh, you don't give me nothing," how do I know if you're ready for married? And I'm looking at myself. I'm here. I'm doing everything that a woman should do, and you're still asking me because I haven't given you money. You still asking me if I want to marry. Why would I want to marry? I'm not giving you my head and money because my job as a woman was not to give you money. As a woman, as a man, you are the one that God said go out and sweat and make money and come home and feed your wife and children and take care of your home. But now the men want the woman. I even know that some men that sit at home and take care of the kids, and the women is the one going to work just because they don't want to work. Yeah. Yes.
Mm,
Yes. I know
mm.
some women might not like me today.
Omo, I think you need to go back to Germany. Oh. You are not going to
Ah,
survive here. You need to go back to Germany. You can't survive here.
no. No, and I yeah, and I'm like kind of noticing it. Like I see few men. There are good men out there. Don't get me wrong. There are good men out there and good relationships for them. It's good for them and stuff like that. And I understand it. But for the men, I tend to see lots of them want also that financial part of the women to be good. Not every man is just coming and saying boom, you're good, or you I like you naturally with no hair, no, like you were saying. They not I
Mm,
love you. No, they love you now because of what you're making. The bank account is
exactly.
making kaching. That's what they're looking at as well. And I don't understand this.
Well, it's commercial love, baby.
Wow. I don't
It
know.
is commercial love.
I don't know, my viewers. I don't know. What do you guys have to say about this? Because I know there are good men out there. Not all men want money, and we know there is also good relationship and good marriages out there. But they have
Hmm.
gone through their own struggle. They have seen their
Yeah.
own part of their men cheating. So let me tell you, if you see an old man with the wife sitting and they're good, they're laughing, doesn't mean that man didn't cheat. Okay?
Mm,
It's just how the women decide to deal with it, or how the
mm.
man was making, how the man was doing it. Was he doing it in front of the wife, or was he keeping it to the side, or was he just keeping it separate? And please let people stop telling the side chick to just stay on the side, because you all know it ain't gonna happen. What you want ain't
Woo.
gonna happen, because the girls
Mm.
now that the girls now, honey, they ask men out now. Okay. It's not like before when
Mm.
we are shy. We want the men to come run after us and quote us and ask us out. Nowadays, the girls are the one asking the men out. So I don't know how you're thinking that side chicks is going to stay on the side. Now they don't want to be on the side no more.
And Omo, I understand that the side chicks, actually the younger ones, they offer more in the bedroom than you at home.
Mm-hmm.
They offer more things than you staying home, baby.
I always I always say if your man come home and ask you for a new position, you should ask him where he went.
Oh Lord. Mm-mm-mm.
But that's true. They're offering different things. You ain't that
Yep.
flexible anymore to be doing all those stuff. So now they're the one doing all that stuff, and they're not the girls now. They before I remember mistresses. They called them mistresses. They were really
Hmm.
mistresses. They were hidden. They don't come up front. They don't say nothing. They stay back. Or they don't even act as if they're dating your man. Or even if you call them on the phone, they will be shaking. Nowadays, you call a shy
Mm-hmm.
chick, honey,
Mm-hmm.
you ask
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said before, I'm not encouraging a man to cheat. I don't know if polygamy is the answer. We don't know that. If it's the answer, we don't know if side chicks or what. But that's gonna be forever. Guess what? Because your great great grandparent had mistresses, so that's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's even going to get worse because now we have, as we say, more women than men. So how do you expect the other women to be? They too want a man. Now. Oh my God.
Let's go back to old time. Go back
It's,
to old time. Babe.
they
Yep.
do. They too want to have a man, somebody that they can call here. That's why now you see a lot of the side chicks don't stay back. They will go to parties. They will even
Mm-hmm.
ask the men to dance with them,
Yep.
and you'll be
Mm-hmm.
thinking to yourself like,
Mm-hmm.
did she just do that? I
Well,
don't
well,
understand.
actually, they most of them are doing it for you to leave the house so they can come
Mm-hmm.
in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your choice. Do you have to deal with her outside and stay at home, or you leave the house and she come in? See?
Somebody asked me a question, but Humu, are you then empowering the side chicks? Oh no, as I said before, I don't encourage any bad behavior, but I know they're not going anywhere. If our great grandparents had mistresses, even in some parts of the Bible or the Quran, men has 2 wives, 3 wives. What do you think is going to happen? It's the reality. Sometimes people don't like the reality.
The
That's the
reality,
reality, is
yeah.
the truth about it. They're gonna be there. Whether you know if they're there or not, they're there. I'm not encouraging them to be side chicks. But we gotta see
Mm,
the reality. Gotta look at the numbers. There's way lot of, every day there's a girl, 5, 10 girls, and then there's one boy being born out of 10 girls.
oh God.
So I don't
Uh,
know.
oh,
I'm not empowering anybody.
Omo, I think I gotta go. My daughter is calling me, and
Okay.
I have to go pick her up.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much anyway. That was good, and I can't wait to have you back to continue the topic.
Oh, anytime, anytime.
Okay.
We can
Okay.
do it something else tomorrow.
I'm gonna get you down on Facebook so I can reach you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. A
All right.
night.
Good night.
A good
All
night.
right.
Uh, so viewers, none of us want to see reality. As I say, I was married once, and there was side chicks, not one. Nobody's happy about it, especially if you're doing everything for your man and they still decided to go out and do whatever they want to do. Nobody can control their men to that extent that the men will not, because it even get worse. The more you control them, the more things go bad. My God. Oh. Well, my dear, what's the name of the Abu? Your question, it can be true, definitely. And I know there's a lot of the new and upcoming kids now, the new generation. They see it every day. Even in Africa, it's not only here in America, it's everywhere. They do all this thing. That's what the lady was, Musu was saying. There are certain things that a side chick does and wifey will not do. And I explained it the last time. It's because they met their husband when they were young and they are used to this one. But that doesn't mean you can't experience new things with your husband. That's why I said it's your husband. You're allowed to talk sexual stuff. Communicate about whatever the person's sexual priorities are or preferences are. You got to speak with your husband or your wife about it. If you like certain things, explain it to your wife or explain it to your husband so you guys can experience it together, so he doesn't need to go out and look for something else. That's one of the problem we have in relationship. The women tend to want to stay this kind of a holy person, or I'm used to this and I'm not like that, I'm not like other girls or whatever. But that's how you lose your man, because those other girls out there will be doing whatever you don't want to do, and then you start asking why. Oh, I need to open the line so people can call. Okay, I'm gonna have another segment. We'll put it up, and then we'll be talking about this, and then we can have viewers call in and talk or say their mind. Definitely keep KB. Yeah, and I agree too. Freed Jackson, I agree. It's not. It's, as I said before, they're good relationships, they're great marriages, but it all depends on how people see greatness. It's the I forgot how to use the word now. It's like when they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It's the same thing that goes for relationship. What might be great for this relationship, it might not be great for another relationship. So everybody has their own kind of greatness in a relationship for them. So I can talk about those things. And as I said before, I don't empower side chicks, neither do I encourage men cheating. But reality is, you got to open the book. And I can't sit here and lie about it. It's a reality thing. It's happening everywhere. We see it with the famous people. We see it with people that are lawyers and doctors. We see it with all kind of people. It's everywhere. There are men out there that doesn't cheat. Yes, but there are also men that cheat. Oh, okay. Well, as I said before, there are. So all I'm saying is, in a relationship, the sexual conversation needs to happen. You need to have that conversation with your husband and your wife. You two need to have a conversation, because sometimes you ask yourself, why is my man out there doing stuff? You got to ask. Our experience don't necessarily being fact, but yes, you're right. Yes, I know experiences. I've seen great marriages. My great grandparents, they lived together till they die. They were in love. I've seen that. It's not something that I haven't seen. I lived through it. I saw it. I appreciate it. That's what made me wanted to be the kind of wife she was. But it wasn't exactly good for me. That's what I said. In their relationship, my grandparents, it worked well for them. But in my relationship with my husband, it didn't work well for me. When I took what I saw from my grandma and I took it to my relationship, it didn't work well. Even though I did everything that I can, and he might have done everything that he think he can, but he didn't have that kind of, because he too have, we got to think how the boys are grown up these days. Most of the boys are also grown as with single mothers. Okay, so when you grow up with single mom, you don't have the experience of having a father in the house. So you don't have that father figure that actually showed you how to be respectful to women. And then some of the women might have boyfriends, yes, but then it's not necessarily match the boy's thing, how he thinks his mom should be treated. So they don't have no idea how a relationship is. Not every kid was brought up with two parents in the home. Some kid didn't have that privilege. And for those boys that were born by single mom, I don't say all single mom, but most men, you can't teach a man what a man can teach a kid. You cannot teach them. You can't teach your son what the father can teach them. It's totally, you cannot. You can try, but you cannot. You can tell them how to respect or not respect women, yes, but that doesn't mean they're gonna do it. Okay? So as for those of you that think that side chicks or men, you don't want to talk about it, it's okay, but it's something that needs to be talked about. Maybe if we talk about it as much, maybe people will stop doing it or they will change. And as we say, polygamy is not the answer. It's just for us to see if the woman can come in the house and still think this man is great. Because when you go to a side chick, when a man go to a side chick, the side chick doesn't have as much responsibility as the wife does. So it's more easier over there because the man knows there's not much responsibility either. It's a free flow. But at the home now, it's structured responsibility, this and that and all this. Not all men are good with it, so they need that place to go and just woosa. Okay, so it's side chicks are always gonna be there. If we don't know, if we don't start having a lot of men, a lot of boys, if we don't start giving birth to boys, it's gonna continue. And as I said before, men are turning to gay. So if for those that are gays, you're taking 2 men already out of the equation as well. So, well, that's what I mean. But you give your man chance to be part of the son's life. Some men don't even want to be part of their ex-girlfriend or ex-wife life. They're not there for their sons. I've seen on Steve Harvey, there were over 26 men, and each man had more than 5 or 8 kids that they're not being there for. So imagine all those boys are being brought up without a father. You had the chance of having a man that is responsible enough to stick with you, even if they're not with you, but they're there to make sure they go through all the lifeline with their kids. Not all men do that, okay? Some men, when you go, they said, "You gone for my eyes, you're forgotten." They don't care. So those boys are brought up single, and then you have boys that are brought up in a home where polygamy is okay. So they grow up and they meet girls that don't want to be in a polygamous relationship. They're gonna cheat. That's what it is. They're gonna go out and do other stuff. Not everyone will, but some will. Because some will ask the man, some will want to have another woman at home or another place. But as we know, America, it doesn't happen. In Africa, you can do that, and you see that happening a lot in Africa. But here, it doesn't happen because it's not how do you call it? It's not a law. There's a law against having 2 wives. So it's not legal to have 2 wives. So don't go try and start having wives in every state now, because if the law caught up to you, it's not going to be good for you. 5 years in jail. I just got that. 5 years in jail if you marry 2 people. So don't be going out there and marrying people. If you want to do that, go to Africa and stay there and marry how many wives you want and then just stay there. Don't come over here. So the law is not on our side either on this part. So women, I'm sorry, but the truth is we got to deal with some of these things. That's why I said sometimes if your man doesn't bring all the stuff to you at home and is just being the best man he can, don't go out and start picking and doing and trying to figure out and all this stuff, because that's all creates an issue. So we got to know things happen. For my viewers tonight, I know you guys want to have a call-in, so we're going to try to figure that out and we'll let you know. And for those that feels that I'm giving side chicks whatever power and stuff, no, I'm not giving nobody a power to do something wrong, but it's just the truth. So I wish you all a blessed Saturday. Have fun. Husband, go home and stay with your wife. Leave those side chicks alone and just be happy with your wife. Talk to your wife. If there's anything that you need that your wife is not giving you, or woman, if your man is acting funny, ask them what their needs are. Don't just assume or just lay down there. No, they want you to move and do stuff. If you're going to a party, you're dancing all like this, and then you come home, you just lie down on the bed. No man wants that, okay? Start moving. There's a lot of books, okay? Now you don't even have to buy them, okay? You can look at them on Google, check position and try that out. Make it sexy. Don't just be stale. Try to keep the relationship spicy. Okay? Send those kids somewhere and have some time with your husband and see if your husband is not going to stay home more often. And for those husbands that are doing good, we thank you. We appreciate you. Continue to be good and continue to be a mentor for other boys. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Ay, ay, ay.